All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
Forget the ramps and hassles when hauling. They are built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing.
We're excited to now offer one of the best tilt bed trailers on the market, ranging from 22 to 28 feet in length. And like everything we manufacture, these trailers are built to work, last, and make your life easier. All with confidence when you hook up to a tilt bed trailer made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing. Visit us online today at holsteinmfg.com.
Welcome to Fuller Digital Solutions presentation of playoff basketball. Joining me today is Carson Schubert of KSOU Sioux County Radio. And if that name sounds a little bit familiar, it should, because he broadcast Gehlen basketball for Fuller Digital Solutions back during I think both the 2019 and the 2020 seasons. Welcome back, Carson.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Matt. It was a fun couple of years. Gehlen had some really solid boys teams those years, and it was fun to watch.
Carson comes to us because with Sioux County Radio, he also got to see this Boyden-Hull team a couple of 2-3 times this year, including the exciting finish to the Sioux Center game that Boyden-Hull had. Carter Klein-Wolterink is their leading scorer, the leading rebounder, and he's second in assists. So it sounds like he's kind of the do-everything man for Boyden-Hull.
Yeah, he is. He's a really solid ball handler, and he can shoot with anybody. He made the game-winning shot against Sioux Center with about 12 seconds left, and then it was the three-point shot. It was a really nice design play from Coach Heyer and the coaching staff for Boyden-Hull to free him up. I think it was a double screen that freed him up to shoot that three-point shot. And he's a really solid player, and he's just getting started. He's a really young player still too, and so he's got a lot of potential yet to grow.
Only a sophomore. The Boyden-Hull team, it just on paper looks like they match up paper-wise, height-wise, fairly well with Gehlen, but it's a very senior-laden team on paper.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of seniors for Boyden-Hull as well. They have Van Otterloo, another solid kid, Nillis. I'm trying to think of some other names off the top of my head, but they've got a lot of really solid senior players. So it'll be an interesting matchup with Gehlen. I think it's going to come down to Klein-Wolterink. If he's able to carry the load for Boyden-Hull, then it could be a tough night for Gehlen, but we'll have to wait and see.
Are they more of a down low team, or are they going to shoot the ball from three, Carson?
They do a little bit of both. They like to feed it inside to Nillis and Van Otterloo, and you'll see Klein-Wolterink drive sometimes, but I think they try to go more inside out. They prefer probably to try to get shots on the inside, but take the open shots on the outside if possible. But they do shoot the three pretty decent amount. Mosier's another kid that will drive inside and shoot the three as well. So they've got players that are willing to do all of those things. So I wouldn't say that they're necessarily a one-trick pony in that regard. So
sounds like a well-rounded team and a good challenge for this Gehlen basketball team here tonight. Where are you at tonight, Carson?
So I'll be in Rock Rapids tonight. I'll be looking at the Central Lyon boys and West Sioux boys tonight. So it should be an interesting matchup between two teams that probably would classify themselves as having down years. Central Lyon coming off a state championship a year ago, kind of about 500 record this season. I don't think that's where they thought they'd be. And West Sioux, kind of a down year as well. So it'll be an interesting matchup. Central Lyons had some struggles late. They lost to Rock Valley on Friday night. I had that game. And so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to hit their mark going into the postseason and make a run, or if West Sioux can come into Rock Rapids and pull off the win. So it should be a fun matchup.
Carson, good luck tonight. Appreciate you joining us here, previewing Boyden-Hull and Gehlen Catholic.
Yeah, absolutely. Have fun tonight.
We'll be back after this. You're watching Gehlen and Boyden-Hull on Fuller Digital Solutions.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
There's two things we can control every morning when we wake up. All right, those two things don't take any athletic ability. It's attitude and effort. Let's get started here. Let's go. Let's have a day.
Hello and welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling and Brian Colbeck here with you as Jays and Boyden-Hull are on the air. This first round matchup in 1A, Section 2, and it brings a 10-10 Boyden-Hull team together with the 9-11 Gehlen Catholic Jays. And Brian, on Friday night, the Jays had a rough go at it with South O'Brien. They had a little bit of difficulty with their big man, and he sunk a ton of points against the Jays.
Yeah, it's such a dynamic group, that South O'Brien squad. They can kill you from the outside. They can get inside, athletic, long, lean. A lot of high risers on that team. A lot of kids that like to play up around the rim. And hung with them for the first quarter, but eventually wore us down a little bit and then started taking it to us a little bit.
The Jays this year have kind of had a lot of ups and downs. They were in almost every ball game. You can't say that they weren't in most of the ball games that were there, but it seemed like a lot of times there was a lack of finish from this Jays ball club.
You know, to be honest, Matt, those of us that are honest for ourselves probably were expecting a little bit of a hitch in our giddy-up just because we did turn over so hard last year. You know, Gabe Wilchin, really the only one returning that played a lot of minutes last year for the varsity, and so a lot of new faces. Not that they're not more than capable, but a lot of times when you miss that experience, you'll see that. You'll see them, the roller coaster we call it. You know, where one game they're hitting on all cylinders and away we go, and then the next game you sit there in the crowd looking out there like, you know, what are we doing, fellas? It's that inexperience, I think, that came into play more this year than anything.
Welcoming in the crowd from the Boyden-Hull area, let you know that Gabe Wilchin, one of three seniors on the ball club, I think it's three seniors on the ball club, not afraid to shoot from outside, not afraid to bang down low. Dane Lehman, the same way. If he has the open shot from the corner, he will take that opportunity to take that shot. Not to mention Trevor Teal, who will also take that three from the outside.
Yeah, I think we have a team here, Matt, that's everyone is pretty comfortable. Even Carson Arns was banged up early in the year with a little bit of injury, got him back now, still trying to find his legs a little bit, but he's also another big man that's not afraid to pull it from the corner if you're not going to come out and guard him.
On paper, like we said with Carson, of course, we appreciate Carson Schubert from KSOU Sioux County Radio for joining us in the preview of Boyden-Hull. Match up well height-wise on paper, and it's something that in the War Eagle, it feels like every team had somebody that was larger than Gehlen and really kind of took it to Gehlen down low this year.
Yeah, just like you said, on paper, you look at them, common opponents. We both lost to Unity by about 7. We both beat HMS by 30 to 40. It'll be interesting tonight, that pedigree that Boyden-Hull earns by playing in that Siouxland Conference day in and day out. We'll see if that doesn't help them a little bit tonight, where maybe on the Gehlen side, playing in the little bit softer War Eagle. We'll just see how that progresses through the game and how that shows up.
Of course, we thank all of our sponsors that have been great all year. All of our sponsors are local, so we encourage you to thank those sponsors. Of course, Schuster Trucking has been with us all season long, bringing you the bottom line, as they will again tonight. Ag State has brought you the scoreboard, and we will talk about the rest of our sponsors as we go along. Right now, we will turn it over to our public address announcer.
Good evening. Welcome to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym at Gehlen Catholic for tonight's boys' first round district basketball. Let's extend a special welcome to our guests, the Comets from Boyden-Hull. Gehlen Catholic Schools encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at the game tonight. By practicing good sportsmanship, you will help make tonight's game one to remember. Let's give a hand to our officials for tonight's game. Bruce Kaiser, Nathan Waddell, Mike Papama. Now let's welcome the coaches for the Comets. They are coached by Isaac Heyer, Bob Klein-Waltering, and Mitch Winterfield. The Jays are coached by Ryan Wilchin, assisted by Eric Kellen and Alec Langle. And now for your starters. For the Comets, a senior, number 3, Owen Ribbons. For the Jays, a senior, number 2, Trevor Teal. For the Comets, a senior, number 10, Nathan Van Otterloo. For the Jays, a senior, number 10, Jackson Kramer. For the Comets, a senior, number 11, Eric Nillis. For the Jays, a sophomore, number 14, Nolan Teal. For the Comets, a senior, number 15, Blake Mosier. For the Jays, a senior, number 30, Gabe Wilchin. For the Comets, a sophomore, number 21, Carter Klein-Waltering. And for the Jays, a sophomore, number 54, Dane Lehman. Now, if we can have everybody stand, please, and remove your caps. Braden Bullen will be singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at deerequipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling joined by Brian Colbeck as we get ready to get this one underway. Wilchin in the center circle along with Van Otterloo, and this one is controlled by Boyden-Hull. Mosier controlled it and handed it to Klein Walterink. That'll be a fun one for me to say here tonight. Van Otterloo knocks down that three to start the ball game.
It's interesting having no practice or no history with these people. It's going to take a little bit to find them out. Who's the shooters, who's the drivers, and kind of learn as we go here.
Kramer spins in the paint, puts up a jumper, falls short, no good. Rebound by Trevor Teal. Trevor quickly out behind three-point arc, cross-court pass. In between both, well, now it's to Teal, Nolan Teal, and that one's stripped away out of Nolan's hands. Picked up by Boyden-Hull. Van Otterloo brings it up over the timeline with a right hand in the paint, swiped at, and Teal did a nice job. Trevor Teal did, and Jackson Kramer picks up that one.
Last two drives down the lane, seems like the guys are getting a little bit handsy, but the officials are letting them play, so it'll be interesting to see how this progresses.
Nolan Teal, deep jumper, no good. Wilchin, put back, and that one's in.
Nice putback by Gabe there. Got his size, he's only 6'3", but he's built like an offensive lineman, so that comes in critical in times like that.
Klein Walterink puts one up for three, no good. Rebound by Trevor Teal. Jackson Kramer will bring the ball up for the Jays. Again, tonight's scoreboard brought to you by Ag State, and the bottom line brought to you by Schuster Trucking. Nolan Teal backs up right at the free throw line. Bounce pass in to Wilchin. Wilchin in the paint. Driving, right hand, puts it up and in.
Now I'm already seeing Gabe there trying to assert himself a little bit. He's got similar size guys guarding him, but he's just got a little more beef than the guys that are guarding him right now.
Mosier with the ball now, near the logo. Drives toward the lane, puts it up off the glass and in.
Nice take there. There's the flip side of that. There 15 is a little bit quicker than Gabe. Gabe's going to have to figure that out as he moves forward.
Kramer bringing up the floor for the Jays. Stops, pushes right to Nolan Teal. Teal drives, puts it up, and thought he was fouled. Instead, Dane Lehman with the putback.
It looks like he just kind of lost the handle on that, but yeah, Dane right there to clean up the garbage.
Mosier with it now. Sorry about that. Klein Walterink.
Yep, took him to the hoop there. That's the second time now guys are allowing them their right hand dominant and allowing them that baseline. We're going to have to clean that up, make sure we get them cut off.
Fouls on Nolan Teal. It's his first, team's first, and Carter Klein Walterink. Fun name for me to say. He bricks the first one. Of course, Brian, you sponsor Fuller Digital here with Colbeck Incorporated. Appreciate the sponsorship this season and past seasons that you guys have done it.
I just noticed, too, this team is a very good free throw shooting team. I think as a team, they shoot 70% from the charity stripe, so that is also something we don't want to send them to too many times this evening.
1 for 2 on the first time down. Ball being swung around well. Trevor Teal down low. Dane Lehman spins, puts up the right hand off the glass and in.
Now there's another example of the height similarities down low with the 6'2", 6'3", but there too, Dane Lehman, 200 and some odd pounds, just kind of bullying his way down there.
Klein Walterink loses the handle on the ball, kicks it out. Ribbons, three, in and out, no good. Ball fought for on the baseline, and Trevor Teal comes away with it. Jackson Kramer will bring it up over the timeline. 5:05 left to go in the first. 8-6 in favor of the Jays. Stolen away by Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo quickly stops, left side of the paint, puts it up and in.
Lazy pass there a little bit. Got in Van Otterloo's hand, gave us the old jump stop, pump fake, and let us fly on by for an easy two.
Fly on by they did. Kramer to Lehman, stops at the free throw line, pushes to Nolan Teal. Three, good. We haven't seen that a lot out of Nolan this year. He shot a lot from three. He hasn't made a lot from three.
Early in the season, I think he was a little bit hotter on that stroke out there. It'll be nice to pick that up here in the tournament trail if he can keep that going.
Van Otterloo, bounce pass down low in the paint to Nillis. Puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by Trevor Teal. Kramer will bring it up the floor for the Jays. 4:18 left to go in the first. 11-8 is the score. Bounce pass to Wilchin. Wilchin from deep two, no good. Rebound by Van Otterloo.
A lot of guys just took off there assuming that was going to be a make. I'd like to see our boys hit the offensive boards a little harder than that.
Klein Walterink puts up that one off the front iron. No good. Kramer with the rebound. Winner tonight plays at Remsen St. Mary's on Thursday night. That one will be on Remsen St. Mary's for the Digital Solutions channel. Wilchin gets help from Lehman in the paint, puts up the left hand. Finger roll.
It's not a bad defensive position, but like I said, Dane swinging those big hips around just kind of leave his defender in the dust a little bit.
Nolan Teal steals that one away from Klein Walterink. And Kramer will bring it up over the timeline. 3:21 left to go in a fast-moving first quarter. Kramer gets it to the near corner. 3 attempt is good from Trevor Teal.
Oh, I tell you, it'll be nice. Timeout, Boyden-Hull.
And it will be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in 30, you're watching Full Digital.
Whether you are combining, hauling grain, or heating your home, fuel powers the fall. When it comes to energy, you need a company who is trustworthy, understands your needs, and who delivers to you. A company who is local, reliable, and affordable. That company is Ag State. Ag State Energy is clean, comfortable, convenient, while staying competitively priced for our customers. Give Laura Sanguin or Seth Duff a call for all your energy needs.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling, Brian Colbeck, and Brian Jays are off to a hot start. They've doubled up Boyden-Hull here.
Here's that roller coaster we talked about earlier, Matt. The up and downs where it's like you're throwing that ball up out into the ocean. You can't miss. So got to maintain a little bit of this offensive firepower because you know you're going to get a good shot here from Boyden-Hull coming up.
Zylstra to Klein Walterink. He brings it left side of the paint, hands it off to Crawford. Top of the key, ball being swung around well. Zylstra back to the top of the key. Mosier. Klein Walterink stops at the free throw line, passes right with 10 on the shot clock. 3-point attempt is knocked down by Zylstra.
Yeah, you can't sleep on any of these guys. I got that feeling already. They all stand out there with confidence, waiting to let that 3-ball go, so we got to be able to close out on them a little quicker, Matt.
Thanks to CMB Equipment for sponsoring Gehlen basketball all season long. Wilchin took a little bit of exception to the reach, and I believe it's going to be a jump ball.
Yep, jump ball. Going to be retained here by the Jays.
Did a nice job of it while it was reached in on. I thought he did a nice job of getting in there clean and putting his hands on the basketball. As Arns inbounds it to Lubin. Lubin, just a sophomore, over to Nolan Teal near the top of the key with a right hand, kicks it to Arns. Arns stops, gets a cutting Lubin rather, and he is fouled in the paint.
Yeah, I think kind of shocked Klein Walterink there a little bit. Little 5'5" Dylan Lubin flashes across that lane looking to get the ball down low. One of the elements that Dylan can bring to this game is his quickness.
Klein Walterink picks up his first as Lubin misses the front end. Appreciate you guys being patient with us all season long as we played with different shot angles and technology as Lubin hits the second as we show you that from the baseline. Quickly ahead, Ribbons on the far side, or on the near side rather. Now top of the key is Mosier. Mosier drives with the left hand, jump stop, kicks out. Klein Walterink for 3, no good. Lubin with a rebound. Gets it over to Ryder. Ryder will bring it up with 2 minutes left to go in the first. 17-11 in favor of the Jays. Ryder kicks it out to Wilchin. Wilchin in the near corner. Wilchin with a cutting Lubin, and Lubin is fouled by Owen Ribbons.
Another thing that we're going to see here tonight is Nolan Teal matched up on Klein Walterink. You know, Nolan doesn't have a lot of body mass. He's a very tall, lean, slender 6'3", but that reach is going to give that shooter trouble, I think, when he gets that hand up in his face.
Gabe gets it into, tipped. It was tipped by Klein Walterink there for just a second before Lubin was able to get a hold of it. Wilchin, deep 2, knocks it down. Wilchin now with 6 on the night. It's 19-11, 1:38 left to go here in the first. Ribbons over to Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink, left side of the paint, stops, jumper, free throw line, and he is fouled in the act of shooting.
Nolan seems to think it was clean. I don't know that from our angle, Matt. We can't really tell. So I'm pretty much assuming that Bruce got that one right. So.
Well, we're pretty deep here. We can't see it that well here.
That'll be Nolan's second foul. So that might end up having him go sit a little bit.
Klein Walterink knocks down the first. That's his second point of the night. It's 19-12. And we'll see what the Jays can do now with Klein Walterink since Nolan started the ball game on him. Puts up the second, knocks it down. Klein Walterink now with 3, and Lubin will bring it up the floor. 19-13 with 1:26 left to go in the first. Kicks right to Ryder. Ryder wants to get it down to Arns. Does, not before it's poked at once or twice. Quick step, puts it up. No good, but is fouled in the act of shooting again.
Yeah, Carson there at 6'4", 6'5", got paired up against Brenton Zylstra, a 6-foot guard. So saw that opportunity there and worked hard to try and get it down low. Is going to end up at the charity stripe here.
Carson knocks down the first. And Jays now with a 20-13 lead. Kramer's going to come in for Ryder now. Arns getting ready to shoot the second. Puts up the second off the front iron. No good. Rebound by Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink will bring the ball up the floor slowly. 1:08 left to go in the first. Jays with a 7-point lead. Lehman is guarding Klein Walterink now. Gets a screen. Kramer commits the foul on the reach.
Had maybe a little bit of an angle there, but those are ones you just got to keep it clean. You know, you don't like with that new, well, we're going to run out here before the half with that new 5 fouls per quarter rule. It's little ticky-tack ones like that you really don't want to pick up, but it looks like it won't hurt us here this quarter.
Klein Walterink with it now. 52 left to go in the quarter. Corner 3 from Van Otterloo is good. Nathan Van Otterloo has 8 points, and it's still early. 20-16, 40 seconds left, so about 11-second shot to game clock. Tried to get it in down low, did Lehman. Tried to get it to Arns, but they're going to say that Crawford committed the foul.
I think they're gonna say that it was a
kick.
Yes, I believe it's a kick there. So they'll go put the shot clock back to 25. And away
That's
we go.
one rule that I want to see change for next year for Fed rules is I'd like to see a kickball as Carson Arns gets it in the corner. We'll pick up that thought here in just a minute. Down low to Lehman, over to Kramer, right side of the paint, puts it up off the glass too hard, and it's rebounded by Van Otterloo. 26 seconds left to go in the quarter. Jays lead this 20-16. End of one. Klein Walterink with it now near the center circle. Dribbling right slowly. 10 seconds left to go. Guarded by Lehman. Kicks it left. Fumble by Ribbons. Picks up his own fumble. Right to Crawford. Crawford. It's going to be off of his foot. It's going to be on the floor. And the Jays lead this one 20-16 after one. We'll be back after this. You're watching Jays and Comets on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Since the 1980s, Colbeck Incorporated has been a family-run business providing their customers with quality wood and feed grinding services throughout Northwest Iowa. Colbeck Incorporated knows that your time is valuable, and they pride themselves on getting the job done in a prompt and reliable fashion. Local cattle feeders have been relying on Colbeck Incorporated hay grinding for 30 years, and Brian and Kevin are proud of their partnerships they've built with their customers. Whether it's grinding, mulch, or hauling, call Colbeck Incorporated today and see what they can do for you.
AgriVision Equipment has you covered with a wide selection of John Deere tractors in the area. Our experts can help match you with the right equipment at the right price. Utilize one of our convenient pre-built packages or build and customize your own with our JD Buy online site. Need financing? No problem. Apply online in 5 minutes or less. Our team is ready to find the package for you. Don't settle for less. Shop in-store or online at agrivisionequipment.com.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. To finish up my thought, Matt showing with Brian Colbeck, because I'd like to see the shot clock reset on a kickball.
Yeah, like I said, it incentivizes the defense to stay clean. I would agree with you there on that one, Matt.
3-point attempt. Van Otterloo no good. He's been hot early on from 3. Van Otterloo gets it back again. Kicks it out to the corner. Ribbons drives back to Van Otterloo. Handoff to Klein Walterink. Ribbons back to the top of the key. Mosier dribbles right. In and out. Back out to Ribbons. Ribbons drives right side of the paint. Stuffed! That thing was blocked hard by Carson Arns. Rock Valley leads Okoboji 19-11. And Central Lyon up 31-16 on West Sioux right now. Carson Arns in the corner, tried to get a bounce pass in, and again, we get another kick ball with 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, you were saying Mr. Nathan Van Ouderloo was feeling it in the first quarter. He's at 8 points. His season average is only 7.1, so he really showed up to play tonight in that first quarter.
Wonder if that's a little bit of a result of Nolan Teal as Arns gets that one. 3, good for Carson Arns.
Yeah, I said that early about Carson. He's got to be able to knock them down. That'll help open up Gabe in the middle and Dane in the middle a little more if that big could step out and hit that 3.
Ribbons with it now. Bounce pass in to Van Otterloo. Kick back out to Ribbons. Finish the thought is that I wonder if the result of Van Otterloo's hot streak to start the game is Nolan Teal shutting down Klein Walterlink. 3-point from Klein Walterlink is no good. Rebound. It's going to be off of Wilchin, and it's going to stay Boyden-Hull ball.
Yeah, Gabe gave his best sales pitch there to the official, but he wasn't buying it. He saw Gabe tip it out of bounds.
7th grade girls won tonight at West Sioux. Owen Ribbons with the inbound to Mosier. Mosier at the free throw line. Drive right, poked away by Trevor Teal, and Gabe Wilchin comes away with it, lets everybody run past him. Jackson Kramer brings it up the floor, slows it down on the near side. Hand off to Wilchin. Wilchin down low to Arns. Arns bounce pass over to Lehman. Lehman tries to put up a shot. It's swatted away well. Quickly ahead to Klein Walterling. Klein Walterling puts up the shot, and are they going to say they're saying count the basket.
They are. Unfortunately, giving him that much room to attack, Jackson was kind of stuck. He has to maintain his position, but these athleticism of these guys nowadays, a little Euro step / step around and got him hung up with the hips there, going to the charity stripe for 1.
And that's the second on Jackson Kramer, and we'll see Nolan Teal come back into the ball game at the next break, and we will see him now. (23-19), 6:10 left to go here in the second. We thank Marty Kurth for tuning in tonight. Appreciate you tuning in, as well as my friend Jeff, who's normally in Indiana, traveling to Illinois on business, as that one's no good by Wilchin. Rebound by Mosier. Jay's shown a little bit of press back, but now gets back in the front court. Mosier, 3, no good for Ribbons, and Nolan Teal comes away with a rebound. Teal, top of the key, passes to Lehman, and Lehman puts up the 3, no good off the back iron, swatted at. The touch will keep it okay for the Jays, not giving the over and back. Nolan Teal deep, gets it down low. Wilchin puts up the shot, and he is fouled.
Yeah, I was going to say the past 2 or 3 times down the floor, Matt, we've been settling for those 3s, and you like to see him knock it down, but boy, I don't think we should go away from what got us to this point, working those bigs down low.
And a little bit of those one and dones are a little bit of a killer too. As Wilchin goes to the line, he'll be shooting 2. Puts up the first, rattles around and down for Gabe.
Now that working a little more of that shot clock, Matt, working it down to the bigs isn't a bad thing, especially against a 3-point shooting team that it appears Boyden-Hull is. Like I said, there's not a single one of the guys on the floor that are afraid to pull the trigger. So the last thing you want to do is let one of those guys get hot.
Gabe puts up the second and knocks it down. Gabe now has 9 on the night. It's 25-19. Klein Walterink brings it up the floor. Wasn't guarded. Puts up the 3. No good. Just a little bit long. And Teal comes away with it and is tripped by Mosier, and that's Mosier's second. I wonder if some of that's taught sometimes, if he intentionally tangles feet. Not that I would ever claim that that's a practice thing.
Nothing wrong with being physical.
Wilchin over to Arns. Arns on the near side on the baseline. Turning, tries to get it to Lehman, does. Lehman right side of the paint, out to Arns. 3. Yes! Carson Arns with 8.
It's good to see him getting his legs back under him. I know we missed him there during the middle of the season when we took some on the chin, took some loss on the chin. Like I said, he's a pretty valuable asset for the school.
And we're going to have a foul here, and I believe that's going to be on Arns. Nope, it's going to be on Lehman. That's going to be Lehman's first. team's second. Arns was on a minutes restriction there for the, last 4 or 5 games of the regular season, and it's good to see him without it. And we'll get a 30-second timeout. Back in 30, you're watching
Sitzman Construction, Lamar's, general contractors you can trust with the job you need done, when you need it done. Call Jeremy at Sitzman Construction when you need a remodel or a complete build. And they work with EPS buildings. Jeremy takes the time to know what you need. Past clients say he's reliable, honest, fair-minded, and reasonably priced. Contact Jeremy at Sitzman Construction. Jeremy and his crew will satisfy all of your construction needs. 712-540-2731.
Braces, it's the only option.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling, Brian Colbeck, and Brian Jay's out to a 9-point lead now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We've seen a lot this, not only from my girls' team, but from the guys' team here, the ability to stretch this lead, to not allow another team to wiggle their way back into it. Again, not expecting Boyden-Hull just to lay down and go away, but be interested to see if we keep the defensive pressure on them here, keep them shooting those contested threes, and see if we can't stretch this lead a little bit.
Thanks to Sitzman Construction and Prime Bank for bringing you tonight's broadcast also. In the paint, right side, Zylstra, and that one's thrown away by Arns. Bringing it ahead is Wilchin, over to Nolan Teal. Nolan, between the legs dribble, backs it up, guarded well. Lehman, down low, puts it up off the glass and in.
Yeah, like I said, good defensive position, but when you get an all-conference defensive lineman with footwork like that, it's a tough matchup for somebody.
3-point attempt, Zylstra, that one's good. Knock that down. He's got 2 3-pointers. He's got 6 on the night. 30-22, 4:08 left to go in the second. And I thought Nolan just lost the handle on it. Instead, it was poked out of bounds.
I think so too, but sometimes I think officials just take the liberty of, instead of calling the reach foul, and I think he got a lot of skin there. Instead of calling the reach foul, they just let the offensive team maintain possession instead of slowing things down with that ticky-tack foul.
Lubin with it now. Passes right back to Nolan. Nolan to Wilchin, top of the key. 3, no good. Rebound, fought for. And Nolan Teal comes up with it for just a second. Instead, Nillis comes away with it. Klein Walterlink brings it up over the timeline. Kicks it back to Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo to Ribbons. Ribbons with a right hand, free throw line. Kicks it right. Van Otterloo. Klein Walterink stops at the free throw line. Slipped actually a little bit. Nillis tries to get it down low. Stolen away by Ryder. Ryder quickly ahead. Hands it off to Nolan Teal. Lubin walk with the basketball.
Gave a little bit of a stutter step there. A little quick feet. It's going to get called every time, Matt.
3:25 left to go in the second quarter. Thanks to the City of Cherokee and Marcus Lumber also for bringing you tonight's basketball game and games all season long. Zylstra with it now, top of the key, kicks it left to Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink, fadeaway jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound by Nillis, back out to Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink gets it to Van Otterloo, down low. Klein Walterink with it now, drives in the middle of the paint, and he walked with a basketball.
Yeah, drug that back foot. I was just going to say, that's one thing you don't want to do either, is let a hot shooting or streaky shooting team like Boyden-Hull get multiple opportunities at it, Matt. That's just going to do nothing but hurt your chances of winning this ball game in a hurry.
He took a lot of big steps there. I understood the ground he was trying to gain, though.
Oh, yeah.
Lubin will bring it up the floor for the Jays. Brings it up through the center circle. With the left hand, hands it off to Ryder. Ryder, top of the key, bounce pass low to Teal. Teal banging bodies, tries to get it to Lehman. Instead, it's stolen away by Crawford. Quickly ahead to Zylstra. And we're going to get an intentional foul by Ryder. No basket, and they're going to give him the intentional.
Yeah, kind of went up behind him, put both his hands on his back.
It's a dangerous play, essentially.
It is. I would agree. I guess I've seen in the past where they don't call it that way, but I would agree with you, Matt. It's a player safety issue when you're putting both your hands on the guy's back instead of going for the basketball.
Knocks down the first, does Van Otterloo. He now has 9. It's 23-30, 2:43 left to go in the second. Puts up the second. That one rims out, no good. Coach Wilchin having a little discussion with the official on his sideline, and both kind of just shrugged, and I think Coach Wilchin's just smiling to keep from yelling a little bit. Ball to be inbounded by Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink bounce pass in to Zylstra, and Wilchin comes away with it. 2:36 left to go here in the second quarter. That one poked away by Zylstra, and that's a little bit of the worry, and we're going to have a blocking foul on Ryder. I'm going to guess they're saying his feet were not set.
Well, yeah, that one there, the offensive player definitely did look like he was out of control a little bit when he took that huge leap, but there too, a flip of a coin on that one. Back here at this end, again, I mentioned it earlier in the game, these officials are really letting them get handsy. I'm not so certain that on both ends, Gehlen and Boyden-Hull aren't getting away with a lot of hacking on the arms to free up some of these basketballs. That's why it looks kind of sloppy.
That ball kicked on the inbound.
As long as they maintain the consistency so the boys can adjust. I'd hate to see them call it this way in the first half and then reverse, tighten it up in the second.
Drive on the baseline. Van Otterloo kicked it out for three. Ribbons, good! Owen Ribbons with his first basket of the ball game. It's now 30-26.
This is what we talked about, Matt, letting the team get back in it. We've had a bunch of empty possessions here. I think we got to work it down, get a high percentage shot here.
Lubin with the ball now near the center circle, and a foul is called on Brent Zylstra. That's his second, and I think his dad's up at the top row, and he was hot.
But there too, you know, they get away with some, they don't get away with others, so it's kind of a catch-22 there.
Nolan Teal receives the inbound for the Jays. 2 minutes left to go here in the second. That ball poked away over the back was Braylon Crawford.
Yeah, that was. I know players always kind of look at the officials like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? You cannot make the offensive player's shoulders turn as you come over and not expect to get that call.
So you can't play through the back?
Yeah, pretty much. No. Football or basketball, you can't do it either way.
Kramer, the inbounder. Time's running out on him. Inbound to Wilchin. Almost a 5-second call. Wilchin at the logo to Teal near the center circle, dribbling closer to the rim. We're going to have an offensive foul. I believe it's going to be a moving screen on Dane Lehman.
It is. You got to sit a little tighter. Sometimes when you kind of move into that pick and roll, you'll get an official that'll call that from time to time.
I don't want to call him a bull in a china shop, but he is a big boy.
Yeah. Those hips and legs move a lot of people in a hurry.
Great center.
Yeah, for sure.
1:48 left to go here in the second, 30-26. The Comets are in the bonus. Klein Walterink now drives right side of the paint, puts up the shot, but before the shot, we're going to have a blocking foul, and it's going to be on.
This is on Nolan. Oh, wait, nope, that's not right. There you go. Oh, it is going to be on Nolan Teal. It's going to be his third.
I have a hard time reading fingers from this high.
Well, at first I think he said 11, and then he turned around and corrected himself. But, yeah, those are those ones that now Nolan's going to have to sit the rest of the half, and that's the last thing you want when a kid's playing pretty well.
First free throw attempt is up and good for Klein Waltering. 30-27.
Here's an example, Matt, of where you'd like that experience that we're, may or may not be missing this year, where, a guy can get our guys under control, get those high percentage shots instead of all these empty possessions. I mean, I don't know what the run is here so far, but, we've been stuck on 30 for quite a while here.
Hey, credit Boyden-Hull here with the comeback. They're playing well right in this particular moment. Klein Walterink only has 8. It's 30-28. I got it as an 8-0 run here for the Comets. Ryder. Lubin to Ryder near the top of the key. Dribbles right, bounce pass to Wilchin. Wilchin, free throw line jumper. It's good.
There we go.
He now has 11, breaks that drought. It's 32-28.
And then they throw it away.
And the cheerleaders almost caught one.
Yeah, that's what's Coach Heyer doesn't want that either. He knows they're slowly creeping their way back into this thing. He wants their boys to kind of settle down too and just keep nibbling away. Don't let your opponent stop shooting himself in the foot if they're going to continue to shoot themselves in the foot.
Wilchin, free throw line jumper, no good. Arns on the baseline. I thought Wilchin might have gotten tapped from behind.
Yeah, it was definitely blocked. But yeah, he's asking for a little something there, but unfortunately to the chagrin of the officials, no foul. So
Klein Walterink brings it up over the timeline with a right hand now, drives right toward the baseline, under the hoop, and we're going to have a kicked basketball. And
you really shouldn't have said anything about that earlier. This is
I had to bring up one of the pet peeves I have on the season, just the shot clock era, and 48 seconds left to go here in the first half, 32-28. Jays bringing it a defensive package, bounce pass in to Van Otterloo. Now kick, Klein Walterink to Ribbons. Ball being kicked around well, drive Van Otterloo, back out to Klein Walterink, 35, and now 10 on the shot clock, and he knocks it down to Klein Walterink. He has 11. 32-31, we're almost back to level. Lubin in the corner, kicks it back out to Arns. Arns stolen away by Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo, right side of the paint, throws an elbow, clears a little room, and drops it.
That official was right there. He should have seen what we saw, Matt, but here they come back. Got us by one.
33-32, 3 seconds left. Wilchin, three, no. And the Jays will trail this one after one. It is 33-32. We'll be back after this. You're watching Jays and Comets on Fuller Digital Solutions and FullerDigital.net.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
Forget the ramps and hassles when hauling. They are built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing.
We're excited to now offer one of the best tilt bed trailers on the market, ranging from 22 to 28 feet in length. And like everything we manufacture, these trailers are built to work, last, and make your life easier. Haul with confidence when you hook up to a tilt bed trailer made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing. Visit us online today at holsteinmfg.com.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling alongside Brian Colbeck. Scoring so far, Jays won the first quarter. It was 20-16 after one. They only put up 12 in that second quarter. Meanwhile, Boyden-Hull put up a bunch more, and it's 33-32 at the half, Brian.
Yeah, we kind of got away from what got us that lead in the first quarter there, Matt. Started some threes. Credit to Boyden-Hull. They upped the pressure on us a little bit. Again, the officials are kind of letting them get in there and get their hands on the arms a little bit. And we're just not adjusting. We're allowing that to bother us, so we're throwing the ball away and giving them some easy transition buckets. So that coupled with their confidence shooting that three ball, we're going to be in for a dogfight this evening, Matt.
Scoring looks like this. Owen Ribbons has 3. Nathan Van Otterloo has 11. Brent Zylstra with 6. Blake Mosier has 2. Carter Klein Walterink has 11. For the Jays, Trevor Teal has 3. Dylan Lubin with 1. Nolan Teal with 3. Gabe Wilchin with 11. Carson Arns with 8. And Dane Lehman has 8. And Dane, I don't know if he's scored since the first quarter. Brian.
Yeah, came out hot. I could say the same thing about Mr. Van Otterloo on the other side. Nathan kind of kept Boyden-Hull there in the game while Carter kind of found his legs, and then Carter there towards the in the second quarter hit a couple, including that last long three. So again, Jays had him down by 8 or 9 a couple times. We kind of get away from what got us to that point and then let him right back in. So I'm fully expecting Ryan Wilchin in the locker room here at half to kind of, hey fellas, let's dance with the one we brought to the dance. Let's not start looking around and trying to do something different and reinvent the wheel. Let's keep working those bigs down low where we have an advantage. Work a little more shot clock to keep Boyden-Hull's opportunities to a minimum and see if we can end up on top at the end of this ballgame.
Looking at a couple of the other area scores already in the second half, Remsen St. Mary's is up 36-16, and that is on Siouxland Christian. MMCRU is up on West Harrison by a score of 34-19. Central Lyon leads West Sioux 48-22. Just looking around for a couple more scores here. Rock Valley is up 33-28 at the half. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back to talk more about the ball game. You're watching Jays and Comets on Fuller Digital Solutions and fullerdigital.net.
Staying healthy means enjoying life's best moments, and the best way to stay healthy is to make your routine appointments. Whether you have new symptoms or it's time for your annual exam, the providers at Floyd Valley Healthcare know and listen to you, so you'll get the care that you need. We help you stay healthy by providing preventative care, finding health concerns early, managing chronic conditions, and connecting you with specialty care close to home. Don't miss a single special moment. Make your appointment today.
When it's time to choose a bank, the choice is easy. Prime Bank is the bank for you.
With all the conveniences you want in a bank, including a mobile app and online account opening, Prime Bank also offers You-Pick checking with no monthly fees or minimum balances. And the best part is, you get paid for everyday banking transactions. That's right, Prime Bank's You-Pick checking. We pay you for your everyday checking account transactions.
Choose Prime Bank. It's the bank for you. Earn more your way with Prime Bank.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling alongside Brian Colbeck. And, of course, all of our sponsors are local, and so we appreciate them for bringing you tonight's ball game. Holstein Manufacturing and Floyd Valley Healthcare have both been with us all season long. Ag State, of course, bringing you tonight's scoreboard. AgriVision and 5 Star Communications, just a couple others to name here as they have brought you the basketball season all year long, not to mention volleyball here on Fuller Digital Solution in the Gehlen channel. The winner of tonight's game will play about, 13 miles down the road in Remsen at Remsen St. Mary's, assuming that they hold on to their lead versus Siouxland Christian. They are in control in the second half right now. But Brian, you kind of get that sinking feeling if you're a Gehlen fan. We've seen this story a couple of times this season. Hot start, opponent comes back, makes a run, and then you're kind of left to wonder, well, what's happened?
Well, the only thing is, Matt, it's really nice when you're paying money to get into these ball games, because no matter how it looks in the first half, you better stick around to the fourth, because it's going to be a tight ball game at the end, and I'm fully expecting this one to be the same way. It's just going to come down to, and I don't want to oversimplify it, but which team has more dudes, and what I mean by that is which team has more guys that have the calm and collected demeanor to make the big shot when you need to make the big shot, to calm their team down, to get that steal, to make that play. Gabe Wilchin has kind of emerged as our dude this year, and the young sophomore for Boyden-Hull has kind of emerged as their dude. But let's see which other guys here step up tonight for either Boyden-Hull or Gehlen and can get this thing closed out.
A lot of times it's not your A guy, it's who's your B guy, who's your C guy.
Correct. And that is so undervalued anymore, Matt. You see in all these sports where if the kid doesn't start, they assume that they must not be very good, so they either give up on the sport. The teams that have that 6th man, 7th man, 8th man, those are the guys that you'll find. Those quality guys. Those are the guys you're going to find down in Des Moines at the end during March. So.
Trying to remember the Bulls broadcaster who was on the 94 to 96 team with Jordan. When Jordan came back, he scored 54 in the Garden, and he likes to joke because he put up the game. Bill Winnington put up the game-winning shot against the Knicks. He said, "Jordan and I combined for 56 points that night." It was the only 2 points that he scored. He was a center. Went back and forth with Luke Longley that season, but Jordan knew that he was getting covered well and ended up kicking out. So it's always who's your supporting cast of characters.
100%. And then, like I said at the beginning broadcast, the pedigree of Boyden-Hull, past seasons, the conference, you can't discredit that either. And again, not to take anything away from the War Eagle Conference, but it's just a different animal. We learned that last year when the George Little Rock girls came down into our gym.
And George Little Rock boys.
And George Little Rock boys came down. You don't think it's a different style of basketball, but it is. And so like I said, this first half, we kind of spent the first half here feeling each other out. And like I said, we should know a lot more about each other now. I'm looking forward to a really high-octane second half here.
We'll take another 1-minute break, and we'll be back after this. You're watching Jays and Comets on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Sitzman Construction, Lamar's, general contractors you can trust with the job you need done, when you need it done. Call Jeremy at Sitzman Construction when you need a remodel or a complete build. And they work with EPS buildings. Jeremy takes the time to know what you need. Past clients say he's reliable, honest, fair-minded, and reasonably priced. Contact Jeremy at Sitzman Construction. Jeremy and his crew will satisfy all of your construction needs. 712-540-2731.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling alongside Brian Colbeck. And Brian, we've had a fun year here on Fuller. Of course, Drew Bickford's normally riding shotgun here. He's tending to some matters here tonight. And of course, you're always welcome to come up here. You do a great job with us both during basketball season when postseason is over for you, and then of course during volleyball season too.
Yeah, postseason ended a little too soon this year for the girls, Matt. We say thank you to Nevaeh Hodson and Larissa Poland and Haley Poland for their 4 years of commitment to the basketball program. And like Coach Brandon Schecker said at the end of that last loss, it may be the end of this season, but tomorrow is day number 1 of the next season, so we got to get back to work.
You guys had it wasn't anything where it just kind of went away. You guys still had opportunities throughout the entire ball game in that ball game to kind of stay with it.
Yep, the hot shooting kind of did us in there. Like I said, there was that stretch there where Harris Lake Park, credit to them, knocked down like 6 of 8 3-pointers and stretched it out a little bit. But yeah, we had plenty of opportunities there. But yeah, thanks to those seniors for sticking out for 4 years.
Jays will start the second half with the basketball. Lehman now out to Kramer. Kramer into the corner. Wilchin trying to get it down low. Instead, Kramer, top of the key, 3, knocks it down, rattles around and down.
That's a big one. Jackson not usually real comfortable out there hitting that 3 ball. If he can do that here the second half, that'll definitely help.
Ribbons with it here. Cross court to Klein Walterink. Mosier drives, puts it up under the underhand. There's an underhand layup. It was beautiful, just didn't fall for him. Kramer brings it up the floor. Pushes right to Nolan Teal. Nolan stops, kicks it down to Lehman. Lehman, middle of the paint, puts up a shot off the backboard, no good. Klein Walterink with a rebound. Ahead to Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo stops, pushes left, picked up by Mosier. Klein Walterink, free throw line jumper, off the back iron, no good. And away with the rebound is Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink pushes right to Ribbons. Ribbons right to Van Otterloo. Gets it down low. Back out. Ribbons. 3. Good. High arcing 3. And that falls. 36-35. 6:35 left to go in the third. Kramer to Wilchin in the paint. Kicks it out to Teal. Teal, free throw line, stops. Pushes right to Trevor Teal. Trevor, 3, off the iron, no good. Klein Walterink picks it up. Ahead to Ribbons. Ribbons drained the last 3. Mosier, Ribbons, pushed right to Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo, between the legs dribble, bounce pass, nice cut, puts up the shot, and they're going to say the foul was on the floor.
That'll be 4 on Nolan Teal, so he'll have to go take the rest of this third quarter off.
Just 2 minutes into this quarter, and Carson Arns will come back into the ball game. Carson he's got compression on both knees, and they brace on the right one. Klein Walterink gets it in. Van Otterloo wrangles it in. Klein Walterink drives toward the paint, puts up a right-hander and in.
I'd have to go back and watch that on tape. Looks like he got an extra step in there to me, but maybe it was clean.
38-35. Into the corner, Wilchin. Wilchin, shot fake. Bounce pass down low. Arns in the paint. It's going to be off of a comment and out of bounds.
That's the one thing about bigs. be strong with that basketball. Don't bring it down by where all the guards can slap and reach on it.
Trevor trying to find an open man, finally get it into Jackson. Jackson into the corner, Wilchin pulls the trigger on a three, no good, rebound, Lehman puts it back up, count the basket, and the foul for Dane Lehman. He now has 10.
Just hanging around, was a recipient of 2 Boyden-Hull kids boxing out the Gehlen player and cleaning up some garbage, going to the line for and one here.
Nilles picks up his first, and Lehman will try to complete the three-point play. Can't. Rebound. It's going to go the other way, and I believe that Wilchin picks up the foul.
Yeah, it looked like he had both hands on the guy's back, his first, so not an issue for Gabriel there yet.
Can't do that? Okay.
You said earlier, can't play through the back, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Klein Walterink brings it up over the timeline, pushes right to Mosier. Mosier had a cutter, out to Klein Walterink. Shot fake, down low, puts up the shot, does Nilles, and he is fouled by Arns.
Yeah, got him on the arm a little bit as he was going up. Again, I don't know how often you want to tempt fate here and send a 70% free throw shooting team to the line, but we're doing that right now, Matt.
Tempt the wrath from the fate, up, whatever, turn around.
No, I guess maybe it's like the ESPN curse. I keep talking about it, and the fellows out here will keep missing them.
First free throw was missed. Second free throw attempt by Nilles is up and knocks it down. Eric Nilles has his first point of the ball game and is 37-39. Kramer over to Wilchin. Wilchin drives toward the paint. In the paint, puts it up. There's an errant shot.
Yep.
No good. Klein Walterink pushes corner three. Mosier, good. Mosier now with 5, and Wilchin calls the timeout. 42-37. We'll be back after this. You're watching Jays and Comets on Fuller Digital Solutions.
AgriVision Equipment and ExactEmerge planter technology is here to help you maximize your yield and efficiency, along with a proven 8 bushel per acre yield advantage because of the pinpoint accuracy of seed depth and placement. You can cover 50 acres per hour without compromising your stand. We know the risk of planting outside the optimal planting window, so don't let the weather control your bottom line. When you partner with AgriVision Equipment, you get access to the best service and technology support in the area, and visit any one of our 15 locations today to learn more about our large selection of new and used planters. AgriVision Equipment, focused on your future.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling, Brian Colbeck here on Fuller Digital Solutions. A three-pointer by Mosier puts this one at a 42-37 advantage for the Comets. 4:43 left to go in the third. Jackson, and he is fouled as he was driving right side of the paint. Fouled by Ribbons, and that's his second.
Yeah, that last trip down, Matt, left Mosier over there in the corner unaccounted for. I think Ryan wanted to just mention, hey, let's not just let him stand out there unguarded shooting threes, because that won't bode well for us.
Wilchin cutting. Lehman puts up the basket. No basket, but is fouled.
Unfortunately, Blake Mosier there was a victim of just bad timing. He jumped up to try and block, and I think Dane initiated the contact and brought in the foul, but put Dane head back to the line for 2.
That's Mosier's third. Lehman puts up the first, off the front iron inside, falls off the edge of the world, no good. 4:31 left to go here in this third period, and Mosier will go out. Into the ball game comes Zylstra. Lehman gets ready for the second. Puts up the second. That one's no good.
Empty possessions will kill you, Matt. Can't even get one out of the 2. Got to clean that up.
Klein Walterink kicks it over. Ribbons. Lehman reached on him. They're playing a 3-2 zone, or the Jays here now. Klein Walterink with it. Loses the handle on it for just a second. And who's going to get called on the foul? I believe it's going to be Arns. It is.
Yep, Carson Arns. Guys going to have to be really active against these Boyden-Hull shooters if we're going to fall into this zone.
Full on credit to Boyden-Hull as Ribbons puts up that three and knocks it down. Ribbons now has 9, and it's 45-37.
Yeah, old Ribbons, 8.6 point per game average for the season at 9 already.
Wilchin, shot fake from 3, puts one up from 10 off the iron, no good, gets his own rebound, and he is fouled on the floor by Van Otterloo.
Yeah,
That's going to be Van Otterloo's first.
Yeah, Van Otterloo couldn't quite believe it, but yeah, he was right across the forearm there, putting a hand on the basketball, so I think that was a good call.
Trevor Teal, the inbounder. Gets it into Lehman. Kramer, wide open 3, good. Jackson Kramer with 6.
Again, not known for his three-point shooting. Jackson doing a little piece here to help keep us in this thing.
45-40. Again, the Jays in a 3-2 zone. 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound, Kramer. Shot was no good from Zylstra. Kramer brought it up over the timeline, kicked it down to Arns. Arns hands off to Wilchin. Wilchin, long 2, no good. Rebound by Zylstra. Zylstra will bring it up the floor, pushes left to Klein-Walterink, and it's stripped away. Arns comes away with it. Klein-Walterink tried to strip it away from Kramer. Kramer brings it up the floor. Now to Wilchin. Wilchin, shot fake 3. Looking for somebody to kick to. Gets it to Kramer. 3:06 left to go here in the third. 45-40, and Arns misses that 3. Rebound by Ribbons.
Again, there too, Dane Lehman, the only presence we have down in there, crashing those offensive boards. If we're going to start missing shots and going cold, we need to crash those offensive rebounds, Matt.
Ribbons into the corner, now kicks it back out. Zylstra, Klein-Walterink puts up the 3 and knocks it down. Klein-Walterink starting to heat up. He's got 16. It's 48-40. Kramer brings it up over the timeline. Arns back out to Kramer. Kramer gets it to Wilchin, down low, left side of the glass, puts it up and in.
That's our bread and butter right there. The guys got to realize we got to get our butts back down in there in that lane where we got that lead in the first half. Bang them up a little bit down there.
Klein-Walterink puts up the 3, no good. Rebound by Trevor Teal, gets to Wilchin and ahead to Kramer. 2:10 left to go in the third, 48-42 in favor of the Comets. Oh. 2 Jays fought for the ball there for just a second. Trevor Teal with it now, 20 on the shot clock. Drives, kicks back. Now out to Arns. Arns with the big hands, able to get a hold of it. Thrown away, Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo's got a little 2-on-1. Sidesteps Kramer, but can't make it fall. Wilchin will bring it up the floor. Now Kramer. Kramer over the timeline, now with the left hand. Trevor Teal over to Kramer. Feeds Lehman, puts it up off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound. Trevor Teal to Kramer. Kramer down low to Lehman. Trevor Teal, 3, no good. Arns gets the rebound, tries to put up a shot, and it's stripped out of his hands, and he walks with the basketball.
Again, probably about 3 or 4 fouls in that whole sequence there with reaches, but ended up getting him on a travel there.
Nolan Teal is back in the ball game with 4 fouls, 1:17 left to go in the third. Kramer, the inbounder, gets it into Nolan Teal. Nolan drives in the paint, puts it up, floater, falls. Nolan Teal now with 5, and I think if he would have played more of this ball game, he'd have even more right now. Klein-Walterink over to Zylstra. Van Otterloo to Klein-Walterink. Out corner, Van Otterloo, 3, no good. Rebound, Arns. Arns could have taken a step closer to it. Couldn't have been challenged so much by Van Otterloo, but credit Van Otterloo there. And we have a timeout, and it's going to be Nolan Teal. Did he twist a knee, possibly, or an ankle?
Sure. Heading out with Bob Augustine, Gehlen's unofficial trainer.
The unofficial official. That's your job sometimes, too.
Yeah, I got to patch him back up and get him back in there.
Ryder. Over to Lubin. Arns to Lubin. Top of the key. 34 Langle. 34 Langle. Stops over to Ryder. Almost walked with the basketball. Lubin drives. Baseline. Puts up the finger roll. No good. Klein-Walterink with the rebound. Ribbons brings it up over the timeline. Ribbons back out to Klein-Walterink. 23 left on the game clock. No shot clock anymore. Klein-Walterink. Over to Van Otterloo. Now to Zylstra. Klein-Walterink. Top of the key is Ribbons. Ribbons kicks it in the near corner. Bounce pass to Klein Waltering. Tries to get it in the paint. Ryder stolen away. Brings it up left side of the paint, and he is fouled with 3/10.
Tell you, that looked awful clean, Matt, but the official was on the back side of the offensive player. Maybe was anticipating a little more contact, but thought that was a pretty clean block.
I think we're roughly 100 feet away from the play.
Looked good for me, though.
Ryder, 2 shots, puts up the first, knocks it down. 48-45. Puts up the second, does Ryder, and knocks it down. He's got 2 3/10, 48-46. And we've got a barn burner here in Lamar's. We'll be back after 1 minute. You're watching Jays and Comets on Flow Digital Solutions and flowdigital.net.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
Forget the ramps and hassles when hauling. They are built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing.
We're excited to now offer one of the best tilt bed trailers on the market, ranging from 22 to 28 feet in length. And like everything we manufacture, these trailers are built to work, last, and make your life easier. Haul with confidence when you hook up to a tilt bed trailer made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing. Visit us online today at holsteinmfg.com.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling here with you on the call.
And Brian Colbeck.
And Brian Colbeck. I'm sorry, Brian. I failed again.
Sometimes you don't. You just ignore me over here.
Yeah. I do it on purpose, too.
Jay sitting in their little 3-2 zone with that top guy kind of yo-yoing down to try to stop any entry passes down into that post.
Klein Walterink with it now. Bounce pass. A little rough down low. Shot fake, shot fake. Klein Walterink with 13 left. Ribbons. Klein Walterink kicked right. Van Otterloo with 8 left on the shot clock. Ribbons. 3. Good! Ribbons now with 12. And it's 51-46.
Downside of sitting in that zone, like I said, you give up those 3-point shots. We're going to have to eventually come out of it eventually here if we can't slow them down.
Ryder with a 3 of his own to answer. He has 5. It's 51-49. Klein Walterink brings it up over the timeline. Bounce pass over to Mosier. Mosier, top of the key, Ribbons. Ribbons passes back right now to Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo bounce. Thought he was going to bounce pass it down low. Zylstra bounce to Ribbons. I'm sorry, it's Mosier to Ribbons. Van Otterloo. Van Otterloo back to Ribbons. 11 on the shot clock. Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink kicks it out. Klein Walterink with 4 and 3 and bailed out by Dane Lehman.
Yeah, gave that little forearm jab there. Didn't need to do it, but bailed him out.
Score updates. Remsen St. Mary's defeats Siouxland Christian 77-28, and MMCRU is up 51-39 in the fourth quarter over West Harrison. Quickly in, shot in and out, no good. Lehman with a rebound. Fought his own teammate there for a second, Lubin.
Big possession here, Matt. We can get this thing back to a tie ball game or go up one.
Lubin drives right side of the paint, and he traveled with the basketball.
Yeah. He disappeared into a mass of humanity there. I couldn't tell if he got bumped or what. Our crowd is not happy. Boyden-Hull's crowd is happy, so I'm not sure what happened there.
It'll be a 50-50 deal,
Pretty
sir.
much, yeah.
Klein Walterink pushes left, now into the corner. Van Otterloo, top of the key is Mosier. It's fought for on the ground, still fought for on the ground. We're going to have possession. Arrow is still fighting. And what do we have here? Lehman is not happy. My guess is he's not happy with, and I could be wrong. I don't think he's happy with the way the official addressed him and getting him off the pile.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
We're trying to read lips from about 100 feet away.
I think he said, you missed sending me a Christmas card, and was a little upset about that. No, it's tournament basketball, Matt. If your blood's not boiling right now and you're playing on the floor, you're not alive.
Ryder with it between the legs, dribble, stolen away by Van Otterloo, puts it up and in. And Van Otterloo now has 13. It's 53-49. Lubin, top of the key, dribbles right, handoff to Ryder. Ryder between the legs dribble, kicks left to 34, Langle. Lubin over to Wilchin, puts up a three of his own, knocks it down. Gabe Wilchin, the 16.
Little spin move there, not intentional. The pass was a little wide, but still knocked her down. That was a pretty good shot, Matt.
53-52 in favor of the Comets. Klein Walterink, Ribbons, now Van Otterloo in that far corner. Kicks it back out to Ribbons. Ribbons with it now, swatted at by Langle. If you're a Boyden-Hull fan, the Jays have two Aiden Langles, so I refer to it with a jersey number and a finger roll by Klein Waltering. 55-52. Lubin brings it up over the timeline, pushes right to 34 Langle. 34 Langle over to Ryder. Ryder in the far corner with 4:46 left to go in the ballgame. 55-52, tries to get it down low to Lehman. Instead, the ball's kicked. 53-39 is the score in the MMCRU ballgame. Langle gave some quality minutes there.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing for number 5, Braylon Crawford.
Yes.
He came in and let Nilla sit for a while, and he was kind of the one that kind of got under Dane's skin a little bit. See if Dane can regain his composure here and get back to put some points on the board for us.
Cutting Arsons is fouled in the act of shooting with 4:36 left. 55-52, Carson Arns will go to the line to shoot 2. I'm guessing that Wilchin, being one of the captains, he was trying to get an explanation on a play previous. First free throw attempt, rattles around and down for Carson Arns. 55-53. Winner of this game heads down the road to St. Mary's on Thursday night as Arns' second does not fall. Rebound by Mosier. Mosier, handoff to Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink gives directions as he brings it up over the timeline. Bounce pass to Ribbons in the near corner. Wants to get it down low. Does. Back out. Now Klein Walterink, top of the key. Jays in the 3-2 zone. Van Otterloo, cross court to Mosier. Mosier drives, stolen away by Lubin. Lubin's got a 1-on-2. Smartly brings it back under control halfway through this final quarter. Ryder with it now, handed off to Jackson Kramer, over to Lubin. Lubin, bounce pass, tried to get it to Arns. Instead, Ryder able to pick it up. 3, Wilchin, good! Gabe Wilchin now with 19.
Just how you draw it up, Matt. Just how you draw it up.
Meant to kick it across,
Yeah, sure, all the way.
Timeout. Boyden-Hull. It will be a 30-second timeout. Back after this. You're watching Jays and Comets on
MHI and Cuso of Cherokee are on the move, expanding, and in need of residential treatment workers, psychiatric security specialists, and LPNs.
We deal with disorders that you can't see. You get to help people who are in desperate need of help. And helping those people actually helps the community as well.
The benefits here, I think, are top-notch. That was why I came here.
To learn more and to apply, visit governmentjobs.com.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling, and I will say now, alongside Brian Colbeck. Hope I get some atonement. 55-56 in favor of the Jays. 3:47 left to go, 30 seconds on the shot clock right now.
Yeah, important possessions here for both squads. You got to value that basketball. Make sure that thing ends up going through that little orange hoop up there every time you come down. No empty possessions here.
Bounce pass to Ribbons. Now Klein Waltering tries to get it down low. Stolen away. It was poked by Ryder, and Lubin comes away with it. Lubin brings it up over the floor, over the timeline. Kicks left to Ryder. Ryder to Wilchin in the corner. Shot fake. Puts it up. Nope. Ardens. And that's stolen away by Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink, center of the paint. And man, if that's not an intentional foul, here's what I'm going to say. Just let me finish the thought real quick. He lowers his shoulder into the chest of Klein Walterink.
Yeah.
And it looks more like a football move than a basketball move.
But he wasn't playing through the back, Matt. He was trying to go through the front. So then that's okay, apparently. So.
Klein Walterink puts up the first and knocks it down 56-56.
Again, the second part of that is these kids are now taught to sell these fouls so hard that, like and again, not saying that Carter was trying to sell it, but he hit the floor so hard that it's just like, okay, fellas, you can sell a foul without leaving your feet, You see it in the college game a lot too, where guys try and sell it so hard they almost injure themselves. But yeah, that was kind of a mess. If that's not an intentional foul, I don't really know what is.
Kramer to Lubin. Lubin, three, no good. Rebound, comes away with it, does Ribbons. 2:52 left to go in the ball game. Comets by 1. Wilchin ends up on the floor. Klein Walterink near the logo, hands it off to Zylstra. And that one's stripped away from Klein Walterink. Lubin brings it up the floor to Kramer. Kramer gets it down low. Wilchin, middle of the paint, puts it up, rattles around. No.
That was a good look.
Mosier comes away with it. Klein Walterink with 2:15 left to go. We see the time falling away. Mosier, top of the key, Ribbons. Kick left. Now Klein Walterink. Three. Rattles around, no good. Rebound fought for. Officials are going to come together. And they're going to say Jays basketball.
Wondering if a timeout wouldn't be apropos for either squad right now, because you're looking at both the Jays and the Comets here dragging. The shots are off here lately, rimming them out. The intensity isn't quite there like it was earlier. It's like we're both running on knee right now, Matt.
Ryder with it now. 1:49 left to go in the ball game. Jays trail by 1. Kramer with it at the top of the key. Kicks left to Lubin. Lubin looking to get it down low to Wilchin. Instead, Wilchin takes it left of the top of the key. Wilchin spinning. Gets it to Ryder. Corner. Three. No good. Gets his own rebound. Baseline. They're going to say no on the continuation.
That would have been quite the continuation, yeah. So
I thought he got a move. Is that not the case?
Not the case in IAHSAA basketball. So.
Mosier picks up his 4th, and we've got a timeout by Wilchin. I think all he's got left is Fulls.
Fulls, yeah.
So we'll take the 60 with him. Back in 60 on Fuller.
Whether you are combining, hauling grain, or heating your home, fuel powers the fall. When it comes to energy, you need a company who is trustworthy, understands your needs, and who delivers to you. A company who is local, reliable, and affordable. That company is Ag State. Ag State Energy is clean, comfortable, convenient, while staying competitively priced for our customers. Give Laura Sanguin or Seth Duff a call for all your energy needs.
MHI and Cuso of Cherokee are on the move, expanding, and in need of residential treatment workers, psychiatric security specialists, and LPNs.
We deal with disorders that you can't see. You get to help people who are in desperate need of help. And helping those people actually helps the community as well.
The benefits here, I think, are top-notch. That was why I came here.
To learn more and to apply, visit governmentjobs.com.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt Schilling, Brian Colbeck. 1:30 left to go in the ball game. Jays trail 56-54. Each team has 2 team fouls as Carson Arns receives the inbound. Kramer, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Wilchin. It's going to be Wilchin's 2nd. No, they're going to call it on Lehman. I'm sorry. Lehman's 4th. Klein Walterink will bring it up the floor. Klein Walterink, top of the key. Pushes left. Now Ribbons, right of the key. Zylstra to Mosier, back to Zylstra, corner, Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink dribbles out, bounce pass down low, and it's on the floor. Kramer just popped right up into his breadbasket. Kramer will bring it up the floor. Less than a minute left to go here in the fourth quarter. Kramer, top of the key, pushes to Lehman. Lehman over to Wilchin. Wilchin gets it down low to Arns. Arns spins, puts up the shot, hits the bottom of the backboard.
Yeah, got himself too low in the post there.
15-second shot clock to game clock. 1 point difference in favor of the Comets. Klein Walterink, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Heyer, and it's going to be a full timeout. This will be our last timeout before the end of the game, back in 6.
Staying healthy means enjoying life's best moments, and the best way to stay healthy is to make your routine appointments. Whether you have new symptoms or it's time for your annual exam, the providers at Floyd Valley Healthcare know and listen to you, so you'll get the care that you need. We help you stay healthy by providing preventative care, finding health concerns early, managing chronic conditions, and connecting you with specialty care close to home. Don't miss a single special moment. Make your appointment today.
When it's time to choose a bank, the choice is easy. Prime Bank is the bank for you.
With all the conveniences you want in a bank, including a mobile app and online account opening, Prime Bank also offers you pick checking with no monthly fees or minimum balances. And the best part is, you get paid for everyday banking transactions. That's right, Prime Bank's You Pick Checking. We pay you for your everyday checking account transactions.
Choose Prime Bank. It's the bank for you. Earn more your way with Prime Bank.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. Matt showing Brian Colbeck. Game reset, 37.2 seconds left. 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Jays trail by 1. Dane Lehman has 4 fouls. He is now sitting. And Nolan Teal has 4 fouls. He is now on the floor. And Mosier has 4 fouls. Inbound, and Kramer is called for playing through the back.
They should make that a call.
Is that not a call? Am I making it up?
Playing through the back. I don't know the signal for that one.
I don't know.
Shot clock should reset. I wonder what the dilemma is here.
I want to make sure that I think the game clock also.
Oh, gotcha.
1.8 second shot clock to game clock now. Jays have 1 to give. Klein Walterink now to Van Otterloo. Klein Walterink with it now.
He's not the one. Oh.
And he got fouled by Kramer. Kramer kind of tripped on his own feet.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not the one you want to foul necessarily. But that's why they were working so hard to get it into him.
27.6, and that is also Kramer's 5th foul. And in for him will be Dane. Nope. I spoke too soon. Trevor Teal will come into the ball game for him. And we can clear out the shot clock here because we don't have a shot clock anymore. Trying to figure out the confusion.
We hit the buzzer. The scoreboard hit the buzzer to allow a player to come in after they'd given the ball to the player to shoot. And unfortunately, all of the Boyden-Hull players were standing over by the scorer's table, so of course the scorer's table could not see that the ball had been given.
Gotcha. First one is up and down for Klein Walterink. As we get ready for the second. Klein Walterink now with the ball, puts it up, knocks it down. It is a 3-point lead. Jays can tie on this possession. And we've got a timeout. We'll keep it here. Like I said, that will be the last timeout was the last timeout for us. in what has been an eventful ball game, and it's a full timeout. It's a 60-second. We got 23.1 left to go in the ball game, Brian, and a little bit of that sinking feeling from halftime.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to bite you in the butt. We had to foul him here at the end. And you got Glenn Wolterink stepping up there. I think he's shooting 76 or plus % better, knocks them both down, puts you in a little bit of a hole here. Not that it's impossible. Ryan's over there drawing up maybe his best 3-point looking shot. Hear the timing of it. You know, you got to run some offense, get a good look. You got to make the bucket. But then, of course, Jays will have to make sure they get back and play good defense. Us sitting there with 5 fouls now due to the new rule this year. It's not an option. You know, you got to stay clean once you do make that three-pointer. Otherwise, you can foul them 90 feet away from the basket and send them to the line. So that's a big concern right now for any coach.
The question is, though, how do you get? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. But how would you get possession back? Do you want to get possession back? Do you want to? Do you have confidence?
Well, like I said, you got to make sure you make it. If you don't make the three here, you got to foul. We got to stop that clock. 23 seconds left. A lot of options here for him, and like I said, far from impossible, but got to be real smart about how you do things right now.
Trevor Teal will be the inbounder for the Jays. 23.1 left to go in the ball game. Nolan Teal back to Trevor Teal. Carson Arns to Gabe Wilchin. Wilchin spots up a three. No good. Rebound by the Comets. Klein Walterink with it now, and he is fouled by Wilchin. Wilchin's third.
Couple defensive substitutions here, or offensive substitutions, I should say. For Gehlen, Landon Ryder will come in.
Klein Walterink to the line to shoot 2 with 11.6 left to go in the ball game. Up 3, trying to seal it, and he might have with that shot there. Lehman will go out. Ryder's in. Second free throw attempt for Klein Walterink. Klein Walterink puts it up and knocks it down. It's now a 5-point ball game. Wilchin quickly ahead over the timeline. Wants it himself. Puts it up himself. Off the iron. No good. Rebound is going to be out of bounds to the Comets. 4.2 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 61-56. Klein Walterink receives the inbound, and I think the two officials are going to get together because one's calling a travel and the other one's calling timeout.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't bode well for the Jays here.
Travel before the timeout. 2.5 seconds left to go. Nolan Teal will be the inbounder. Now we have further delay.
Well, they took some time off the clock. And Ryan, I think, is asking why.
It's now down to 1.7. Wilchin puts up the three, no good. And the Jays fall in the first round of the playoffs, 56-61. Back to wrap it up after this. You're watching Jays and Comets on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Sitzman Construction, Lamar's, general contractors you can trust with the job you need done, when you need it done. Call Jeremy at Sitzman Construction when you need a remodel or a complete build. And they work with EPS buildings. Jeremy takes the time to know what you need. Past clients say he's reliable, honest, fair-minded, and reasonably priced. Contact Jeremy at Sitzman Construction. Jeremy and his crew will satisfy all of your construction needs. 712-540-2731.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Welcome back to the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. It's a final from Gehlen. Boyden-Hull wins 61-56. Owen Ribbons had 12, Nathan Van Otterloo with 13, Brent Zilstra with 6, Blake Mosier with 5, Carter Klein-Walterink with 24, and Eric Nillis had 1. For the Jays, Trevor Teal with 3, Dylan Lubin with 1, Jackson Kramer with 6, Landon Ryder with 5, Nolan Teal with 5, Gabe Wilchin had a team-high 19, Carson Arns with 9, and Dane Lehman with 10. Quarter scoring, Jays led after 1, 20-16, trailed by 1 at the half, trailed by 2 after the third quarter, 48-46, and outscored in the fourth to a defeat of 61-56. Brian, it was a rough go for the Jays. Klein-Walterink, after being shut down in about the first quarter and a half or so of the ball game, really kind of took over the ball game.
Yeah, that and we allowed them to kind of take us out of what got us that lead and where I thought our best possibilities were. You know, we were really going down low. Gabe had a quick start. Dane Lehman had a quick start. And then, like I said, we allowed them to kind of harass us down there a little bit with the reaching in and getting after us a little bit that the officials allowed. And then all of a sudden we all decided to be three-point shooters. And, yeah, you knock a few of those down, but when you get away from what got you there, that's going to not bode well, especially when you come to the end of the game. And I mentioned at the beginning, a team that shoots 70% from the free throw line, you do not want it to come down to free throws. And Klein-Walterink, I think, scored his last 4 or 5 from the free throw line. So that's like I said, all those add up to the recipe of a 5-point defeat this evening.
Glad I'm not having to be in the locker room on a night like tonight. It's always nice to be in the locker room on those nights where the wins are big, but it's always tough when it's there's some kids whose careers just died.
Correct. Yeah, their careers are over. You know, they'll move on to bigger, better things. But you know as well as I do, Matt, at this age level, this is their world. This is their life. This is basketball was their thing, and there are some that will never put on a jersey for a team. They'll play old man league somewhere down the line and complain about the aches and pains. But yeah, high school basketball is quite the time of your life, and that chapter closes here this evening.
Brian, appreciate you joining us. Appreciate the sponsorship and being with us all year long. And the support is always greatly appreciated by Fuller Digital and of course by me, because people don't have to hear me ramble for a solid 2 hours.
Well, and I think it's good too that you and I have basically we were pretty successful tonight, not mentioning Matt Kuntz's 35-mile-an-hour fastball. So I think
28-mile-an-hour curveball.
Change up, yeah, exactly. So.
12-6 curveball. Well, on behalf of the entire Fuller Digital team, that'll do it for the winter sports season for Gehlen. Make sure you check us out again when we come to you from the Riverview complex when softball and baseball kick off around mid-May. But that'll do it for now from the Deb Campbell Memorial Gym. One final time, the Jays are defeated by the Comets, 61-56. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great evening.